My name is Hudson Phillips. I'm a writer-producer out of Atlanta, Georgia, and this is my dangerous idea for Slamdance Market Monday. You remember the movie Jerry Maguire, where he has this epiphany one night, writes a mission statement, sends it out to his entire team. Fewer clients, more personal attention. And then he is promptly fired. In Hollywood, smaller is a radical idea. But I've found that in the micro budget space, smaller can actually be more lucrative. We can't compete with Hollywood on marketing. We can't compete with Hollywood on budgets, but we can compete with them with something that they can't even do, which is personal relationships, building community, connecting with people one-on-one. In the NonDē landscape, the goal should be smaller audiences, more personal connection. We released our first film, This World Alone, through a traditional distributor. We only paid about 30 grand for that movie, and we were released on Hulu. We released on all major platforms. We got picked up for additional streaming deals, and we still fell short of that 30K goal. There's something broken in the system, and we're all searching for new ways to try to figure it out. To pull in $200,000 from a film in today's landscape, you either need 2.5 million people to watch it online, or you need 2,000 people to be fully engaged, spending an average of $100 per person. Now, how do you get to that $100? We did a 13-city tour with our second feature, Guacamole Yesterdays, where we sold movie tickets, we sold merch. You could potentially open up to a year-round subscription model where people are getting behind-the-scenes looks at your films. People like to feel invested in a film through crowdfunding, to feel like they were part from the ground up. And one area of revenue that I think indie filmmakers need to be looking at is sponsorships. Who crosses over with your audience that wants to tap into them and can use some really creative ways to do that, like a film screening. My friends up in North Georgia, Sozo Bear Films, do an annual screening, and they have so much local sponsor support that they're in the black before they even sell a single ticket. We made more off of a single screening in Atlanta from ticket sales and merch than we did from 6 months of releasing digitally on 6 different platforms. My friend Aaron Strand and his film Withdrawal just did a 2-week run at 2 different theaters here in Atlanta, where he would do a Q&A every single night, sell merch. And he said when his movie was playing, he would be running the merch table. So people going by to see other movies would stop in and ask him about his film, and then they would come back the next night. He said he sold 100 DVDs over his first 2 weeks. 20 of those DVDs were people that were just waiting in line to go see Alien. But even more important than the revenue opportunities are just the personal connection opportunities. The things I remember most from our 13-city tour were the conversations that we got to have. We made friends with a guy named Wink, who saw us in Omaha and then drove all the way to Jersey to see us a few weeks later. And he calls Guacamole Yesterdays his favorite film. And getting to talk to him about his personal struggles and how he saw himself in the film have really been life-changing. If we could do it all over again, we would make the film just for him. Our friend Yvonne, who we met in Santa Ana, California, brought her partner with her 2 days later to drive up to LA to see the film again, and got to dive in deep with her about what the movie meant to her and the themes in the film. And our new friend Brian, also in Santa Ana, loved the film so much he came out to our merch table afterwards, had a long conversation. He bought one of every single piece of merch that we had. And these are the kind of experiences that if we dropped on Netflix, we would never get to have these conversations. We'd never get to connect with these people. We'd never get to stay in touch with them long after we leave. And for me, filmmaking is about connection. It's about building community. It's why I started making movies. I connect with collaborators. I connect with actors and crew on set. I connect ultimately with audiences when we bring the film and share it with people. And I think that's what movies are really all about. I don't want to ever grow so big that I can't respond to a DM or I can't have a conversation with someone after a screening. I want our films to always be a platform for connection. And that kind of requires by default that things stay small, that they don't blow up, that we don't become the next big thing, but we stay small, scrappy, connected, building a community, one person at a time, one conversation at a time. I truly believe that smaller audiences and more personal attention can make a giant difference, not just in the NonDē film ecosystem, but across the entire world. Thank you.